Welcome back to Comic Book Cafe, and this time around we're reviewing the Infinity Entity issue 4, the final issue of this miniseries, before we go into the Infinity finale, which that's where the continuation of the events of this lead to when this is all said and done. So, we ended this last issue with, obviously, Adam Warlock running into somebody who I didn't know who he was at the very end, but he knew who he was, telling him he'd reveal the truth and everything to him. And anyway, we start off this issue where we left off at Adam Warlock with Dr. Boltar, and he clearly knows who he is, and it clearly has a different name, and that's what we start off this issue with. And we also start off this issue basically very early with basically Adam Warlock, him giving a Hell's Fireball at Adam Warlock, which he easily shoots away, and basically Adam Warlock shows his opponents. I always say it wrong. Basically, he's godlike powers. That's what he shows. He shows how strong he really is. He's basically, God personified. He is, strong. And even, we go on this, we even, basically, Dr. Boltar tells him you are the gods of gods here in this universe because of, the power you have from your universe. But, so, as he fights him, and picks up Dr. Boltar and Boltar, what are you going to do? And Boltar hits a button, and all of a sudden Adam Warlock's affected, and basically makes the point that, yeah, you are this, but you haven't fully adjusted to being this powerful yet. And uses it against Adam Warlock. You see Adam Warlock crumble to the ground, his brain's on fire, wondering how he did it. And then we find out Dr. Boltar reveals who he really is. None other than, of course, was it Mephos? I always say it's wrong. Mephos? I want to say Mephos, but it's not Mephos. It's Mephisto or whatever. Mephisto. I always say his name wrong. I apologize. He's been around for a long time. I've seen enough comic books. You think I'd get it right. But anyway, he reveals that it is him, that he's the one who's basically, playing this game and has learned to adapt. Because he tells him the backstory, basically, of how, time and time again, Adam Warlock, Silver Surfer, and Thanatos have always been able to basically ruin his plans over and over again. And none of his schemes ever proved clever enough as far as those three were concerned. But now he's coming up with a plan to basically, obviously, get rid of him. Because obviously Thanatos is dead right now. And, he talks about how when that all failed, again, he tells you his backstory, what has happened. He tried magic, but he'd have to learn for years just to become as disciplined enough to be like Doctor Strange. So he didn't do that route. He's telling Adam Warlock everything he did basically up to this point, and that he could see everything from where he was. And basically he went to Shahar, Shahar, Shiar, Shahar Empire, and took some of their technology, and then went to the, was it Gyrea, Gyrea, and took their technology again, because he could take their technology, went and took their technology for his means to an end, and that's basically one of the things he's using against them, or has used against them. And he tells him his plans, how, the best candidate for him was, obviously, Annihilus, and N-N-I-H-U-L, well, no, it's N-N-I-H-I-L-U-S. I always spell it wrong. Annihilus, the big insect guy, obviously in the Marvel Universe. And he said, you know what, he's not very bright, but I can control him, so that's why I used him. And he stumbled upon, using sensor stuff for Annihilus, he stumbled upon Warlock and Thanatos, and of course started to scheme what to do. And then he tells him how basically, he's that, Adam Warlock with all the energies is now a god among gods in this reality. Basically trying to tell him he's basically, the powerful of the powerful in this universe. Which again would lead to the all-powerful entity in the Marvel Universe, which we haven't seen very much. Like, I would assume Adam Warlock and him are probably on the same plane. That's why all the powerful entities of the Marvel Universe met him in earlier issues and tried to change his ways, because they could not stop him with their powers. They were not powerful enough, clearly, to stop the new Adam Warlock. And, And he talked about how Annihilus needed a power source, so why, again, this kind of stuff were busy, they took Adam Warlock, and then you find out the big reveal, which is that Adam Warlock is basically captured, and he's their power source, and that Adam Warlock is actually that he didn't foresee Adam Warlock kind of, making another, like a little entity with his power so powerful, make another version of himself, and that's why he does remember everything that happened. But right now, Annihilus has got his power, using his power base to destroy worlds right now and stuff, and running around the Marvel Universe. And Adam Warlock is basically trapped. And he shows Adam Warlock where he's trapped at, and Adam Warlock, is confused. How could this be? And Mephos base said, I did not realize your unlimited power, that you were that powerful, that even with his cerebral distributor, basically the brain just mess up the brain, that some of your intelligence leaked back into the universe, and that he's going to fix that, and he does at the end. He fixes it, and Adam Warlock warns him, you do this, I will end all space and time. If I foresee in the future, you catch me here, I'm going to end up all space and time, basically get out of here. And he doesn't believe me. He calls him a liar, and he gets rid of this version of Adam Warlock. And at the very end, you see Ballstar basically ask him what's he still doing down here, and he tells him to take guards down to make sure we don't want any I guess like Pip coming down here and letting Adam Warlock out. And so the last thing they need is somebody obviously releasing their main power source, who's like one of the most powerful guys in the universe. And at the very end, we see basically Thanos just floating in space. And again, this is to be included in Thanos, the Infinity Finale. So I'm torn about this issue, truthfully, as I talked about it, because on one hand, I like the continuation, like stories going to go on. Okay, I also like things to wrap up neatly at the end of a mirror series, but I understand this is a continuation of the Infinity kind of trilogy. Like this is like the finale is going to cap off everything that's happened, or so it's kind of like a big arcing story. What's interesting about it is you did see Adam Warlock. He started off not knowing who he was, again at the beginning, and he finally found out at the very end, wrapped it up, that he now knows who he is, and he now knows his place in the universe. That he's ultimate. He's like one of the ultimate powers, which is where I thought Adam Warlock was always going to go as a character. Back when the Infinity Gauntlet and Crusade and all that stuff was going on, ultimately Adam Warlock would be like the guy overseeing the Marvel Universe, or him and Thanos together in some way would be the overseeing. But instead, they've kind of become in a weird way the guardians of the Marvel Universe, because every time something big happens, they're the ones involved, because how many people can understand the scale and scope of things that go around them. And of course, they're always involved in it, though, while it's going on. But so he's all powerful, but in the end, he ends up being trapped and tricked, and now he's the power source of somebody else in the Marvel Universe who's evolving. Again, Neil right now is evolving he's evolving, and he will, if the evolution keeps up, he will be on the plane of Thanos and Adam Warlock. So how does this ultimately end? Because we're going into the finale, the Thanos Infinity Finale. How does this end? Obviously, Thanos isn't dead. Somehow, some way, he's not dead. So he'll be back. Somehow, some way, Adam Warlock has got to get released. Probably at the end, right? I mean, or does some more of him leak into reality? Who knows? But it's going to be interesting how this ends. And he also mentioned Silver Surfer, so I'm assuming he'll be in the thing. But again, this story itself was Warlock's journey, the leaked intelligence of him, to find out who he was and what's going on. And clearly, he knew something bad was going on. He just had to figure it out. And then he gets there and find out, he is the reason why everything's happening, because he's trapped and he's the power source, and they're using his powers against the universe. Overall, I liked it. Again, I love to see the powerful entities in the Marvel Universe in books. I like Adam Warlock. I would have liked it more wrapped up at the end, but again, this miniseries was to get you ready for the next event going on. And again, Adam Warlock and Thanos have always been tied together. Now, you have to read this series from the beginning. Just jumping into issue 4, you'll have no clue what's going on. You had to make a lot of assumptions. I like this book a lot because I like just two character banners. Again, it was just Adam Warlock. It was just, again, Mephos, as I call him. I call him wrong. I know people say, you said it wrong. Mephisto, whatever. Mephisto. It was just those two characters, banner back and forth. Nobody else involved. Kind of a cool issue that way. But there we go. I like the book. If you like Adam Warlock, or you like, again, any of the higher up powerful guys in Marvel Universe that are in these books, this is your book. If you don't, this might not be your thing. I thought it was more of a shame there's not more of a conclusive ending. It's just kind of like, okay, he's trapped, and we go on to the next. So what do you think of the Infinity Entity issue number 4? Do you like the miniseries in this, now that you've read all 4 issues? You not like it again. If you like Infinity Gauntlet or any of the higher power, any Marvel book that deals with, again, the entities and the powerful, Galantis and Eternity and all those, again, Eternity's gone now, but all those powerful ones in the universe, this is definitely your kind of book. Anyway, guys, love to hear your guys' opinions like always, and I'm babbling on forever. Talk to you later. Bye.